Hello, everybody. It's Cameron. Hopefully, you can hear me. I think you should be able to. I'm back. It is Monday, so it's time for more Zelda. It looks like we've got people already. Hi, Cheryl. Yes, I figured you'd want to talk TTRPG stuff. We will do that. Hi, hello. How are you today? Howdy, Pilgrim yourself. Uh, it is Zelda o'clock. And yeah, Cheryl, no worries. I need to fill it up, but it's meant for anyone who's had a character fall. Feel free to post there. Um, yeah, let's get into it. So I guess first let me do all my lame social media stuff. Finish that up. Post that. Post that. Done. Done. And then I need to do it on my phone. Let me check, make sure we sound good. Ooh, we do sound a perfecto. All right. Then let me get into here. Oh, I need to hop onto the Discord. Grab that text. Sweetness. I will tell you we've got the implosion of Twitter happening. It's definitely gotten annoying for my fucking stream spam. But all right. I think we are good to go. So, what are we doing? Well, last week we beat the Wind Temple, so now I figure it's time to get some. I need to get some hearts, get some essences, some shrines done. What am I at here? We got us 3. So yeah, I do this shrine I'm right in front of, and that'll be good to go for another little bit of stamina, I think. And then we'll explore. I'm thinking of going into the depths next. I feel like we've done some topside exploring. Let's go check out the depths. But first, let's go check out this shrine. How has everyone been? How was your all's weekend? Was it good? Forward or backward? That sounds like it's time for some recall action. Alright. Take a look-see around these. Alright. And this guy's gonna clear my way. Easy enough. Alright, what do we got here? Oh. Seems simple. So this, I guess, is one of those like easy early shrines I could have done. I can't carry any more bows, while I can certainly... This bow's almost done. Might as well drop it. I'm not one to be too attached to my gear. Yay! Boom headshot! Yeah, the depths! So. Gate. Interesting. Oh, right. That doesn't work, does it? What if I let it go? Nope, it'll just roll back down, won't it? Oh, I know what I need to do. Alright. I'm going to close this. Shoot this out here. Then recall. Pushing it out of the chute. And onto my thing. Yay! Did I post everywhere? I think that was everything. Alright. Yeah, stamina is the name of the game. Interesting. Can I just snatch this one? Wonder if I can just catch it midair. One more time. Oh, right, that pauses time. Oh, simple enough. Do 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 do. Cheryl, a good weekend. Oh, you went to the county fair. Fun. I haven't been to a fair in a minute. Hannah and I this weekend. Let's see. Friday, I think, was not spent like doing a whole lot. I don't think we went anywhere. Mostly just got things done, which is sometimes kind of what I need. And then, okay. Oh, can I recall it like... Woo. Easy enough. Saturday morning, we went kayaking along the Little Miami River. That was super nice. Yeah, it was awesome. And then the rest of the day, Saturday, I was busy doing stuff like chores and things, property stuff. Saturday night, we were going to go see Barbie. We ended up not doing that. We just had an in-night, which was still really nice. We watched Moana, which was fun to see again. And then Sunday was Dragon of Ice Fire Peak, which we can talk about. There we go. I ran Dragon of Icefire Peak, and that campaign being a training campaign, a starting campaign type deal, experienced its first player death, which was... So how do I get over here? I think that is an actual thing. I guess we'll fly here, get some more... I need to like upgrade armor and stuff. I really just want to go into the depths. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll just go into the depths. Fuck it. Like, I don't need to do everything. I'm doing myself a disservice if I'm all about getting just like trying to 100% this game. That's what I learned. Ooh, good time to get out of here too. Blood Moon, no bueno. Oh, we are, which I didn't realize, we've raised $380, which is awesome. We are raising money for the Sharkamari Tooth Association, which raises money for the research and research into treatments of Charcot-Marie Tooth disease. It affects 1 in 2,500 people. It is a rough disease to deal with, and the Charcot-Marie Tooth Association does a lot of great work. Our goal is $500. We are almost there. I didn't realize we're at 380, which is incredible. And because of that, Nice. Because of that, every $5 you raise, we are entering you into a giveaway, a raffle, which will be a lot of fun. So keep an eye out for that. There's a QR code. There's the Tiltify link. There's all sorts of ways to give if you want to give. And every $5 you enter, as long as your donation is not anonymous, you will get a new entry into the raffle, which has all sorts of cool Steam codes and prizes and stuff. Yeah, we're just going to watch the moon for a little while. Let's just watch it. And then I think I'm going to... I might look up some of these little things, these little shiny boys. Oh, Shanice, that does sound nice. Dayton Air Show. I didn't go this year. I heard the F-22 demo was there, and that's always awesome. The Thunderbirds are there. It's a shame they're not as cool as the Blue Angels. But, you know, what are you going to do? Yeah, let's see the scene. All right, let's see.
When the glow of the blood-stained moon shines upon the land, the aimless spirits of slain monsters return to flesh. The world is threatened.
Yeah, they go real hard with it this time. All right, where are we? We are Mount... We are in Hebra. Hebra. Okay, so let's see. I know this one. Sorry, I know this isn't super interesting. I'm trying to keep track of what I'm doing. Let's see if I can do it in a helpful manner. Okay. So, Otak Shrine. Otak Shrine is the one that I have been to. Oh wait, no, maybe this isn't. Okay, this shrine is the glorious fucking stone tallow or ice talos. So let's go to Otak Shrine. Yeah. All right, let's go knock that shrine out. Do some exploration. I won't do too much of this because I put the depths in the thumbnails, so I do want to go do some of that stuff. All right. Oh. All right. Is it too cold for me? Is it? Okay, you know what? Fuck this. Let's just go. Let's go into the depths. I need to get some cold gear, and I don't want to deal with it right now. I'm being a whiny little baby boy. Let's go to... Where is... Geosin Shrine is like the original entrance to the depths. Let's start there, and let's just explore the depths a bit. These solo streams, I tell you what, mad props to the people who solo stream. I I am not one for it. Oh, did I see a... Was that a fallen... Maybe I'm mistaken. I thought I saw a fallen star. Alright, let's put on the gear. Hey, what's up? You wanna say hi to stream?
Hey, stream. Do you want me to fix you a hot dog?
I'm okay right now, thank you though.
It smells in here.
Yeah, thank you. Give me just a second. Okay. Where were we? Alright, we're hopping in the depths. Yeah, it's the water heater. I need to cycle it, and it is on my to-do list for the week. So what I learned is... Oh, shit. Alright. I don't think I do. Alright, we're gonna grab some bright bloom seeds. And I figure what we do is... Interesting. What is spot marked on old map? Spot marked on old map. Regional phenomena. Oh, those are the regional phenomena. What is that one? Oh, interesting. Okay. So I figure we just kind of explore the same areas we have before. We can check out the shrine. So, like, literally the closest shrine to me should be this shrine. So let's head over and start walking. I think there's supposed to be a shrine everywhere in the underworld that there is in the overworld. And I can get some underworld goodies. Depths. Goodies of the depths. You know what? Let's go after Robbie first. Let's do that first, and then, because it'll probably give me some stuff, some equipment or something that I can use. What is a muddled blood? Wildflower, disorient and confused. Oh, neat. Deep fly. Added to... Ooh, nice. Oh, it gives you a glow like you're gonna be a light source. That's kind of cute. Alright, so I can follow... I like that Robbie basically walks like... Robbie basically walks like 100 feet, sets up camp, walks another 100 feet. And obviously we don't want to fuck around with the gloom. That'd be bad. Oh, didn't mean to do that. But that's okay. Let's see, what did Robbie write in his journal? Still alive? Looks like this place is swimming in gloom. Yep. Bright blooms. Yep. That was Francis the cat. Alright, let me grab... Oh, I got a good amount of them. Let's get over to that bright bloom. Did I go too far? I feel like I already went too far. Oh, nope, there they are. Oh, I got a bunch. Oh, yeah, that's what I need more of. Yes, please. Oh, God. Tulin freaked me the fuck out. Alright, there's something over there. A little bit more muck. I wonder what happens if I throw a bright bloom flower at these dudes. You know what? Let's do that. Alright. What are you gonna do? Nothing. Interesting. Alright. Well, what I'm gonna do now that I can see y'all, and I can see that shiz, I'm gonna take me one of these fiery flowers. Nope, not that one. Hopefully I don't miss this time. There we go. Alright. Ooh, nope. Don't like that. Yeah, throw him. Woo. Ooh. Alright, simple enough. Don't want to step in the gloom. Cleared out a little monster nest. Ooh, Zonite. Love me some Zonite. Oh, I guess I don't want to use it for that. Do I have... Ah. Something good? Yeah! Yeah, buddy. I guess I'm still heading towards that flower, right? I recognize I've, like, immediately started, like, wandering aimlessly. Yes. Yes! Perfect. Can they see in the dark? Oh, fuck. Absolutely they can. I guess I wish I could hotkey the bright blooms with how often I'm gonna need to use them. I thought I was hearing something dangerous. Well, maybe that's not the case. Oh yeah, where? That's funny. Oop. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna be right back. Okay. I have eaten my hot dog. Grabbing some of this. Ooh, and fire thistles. Beautiful. All right, let's see. Yes, it was hot dog time. I will be talking about Icespire Peak momentarily because I'm actually going to be joined by one of the players. So we'll give it a minute. Rock hammer. Rock hammer. All right. I guess I'm still gonna head in this direction. Trying to be mindful of stuff. Oh. Alright. Oh, hey! I heard someone.
It is Henderson. It is me.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, you know, work went like 2 hours too late.
Oh, God, that sucks.
Yep.
Why is it that work often insists on making itself suck more than it needs to? Work?
It's habitual. I swear to God.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I am in the depths of the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. So if you hear me screaming at some point, it's because something spooky popped out at me while I'm wandering around in the dark. It's like the world in this is the hollow world, hollow earth theory. So there is an equally large underground area that is... They did a good job making it, like, creepy and threatening and terrifying.
Oh, oh my, it reminds me of, like, Subnautica, how they have most of
Oh!
the underground.
Yeah. Yeah. Subnautica is another one. What's it called? Thalassophobia. That, if you have thalassophobia, that'll fuck with you for sure. Those...
I do.
Ugh.
Hardcore. There have been many, many times where I've been playing that and just immediately out loud been like, nope, 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 nope. Legitimately noped my way directly out of wherever I was because I might have seen something clip through something else in the dark like 100 meters away.
Oh, yeah. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I'm lighting up light roots to open up the darkness, and I guess when I do that, it permanently opens up like a large area, so I don't have to like wander around in the dark forever. Henderson, I'm so glad you could join us. Well, me, it's just me, and chat. Because we were just talking about, well, not just talking, I mentioned Icespire Peak, and some of chat really wanted to know about the player character death. I'll say from my perspective, it felt... Well, first, before I say anything about from my perspective, let's hear about your perspective. Who were you playing, what were you doing, and how did you die?
Yeah, so I was playing a Lightfoot halfling rogue named Maina Shadowspell, who had some pretty nefarious purposes at the best of times and was really excellent at making really terrible decisions. And
Very true.
She's not used to being able to trust anyone or being able to rely on anyone, so she tends to strike out on her own without really telling anyone what she's doing or where she's going. And I think that decision is what ultimately killed her, but she was killed
Yes.
by a creepy crawly on the ceiling that swallowed her whole.
Yeah. It, Oh, interesting. Oh, crap. I just unlocked the camera. Does that mean that I missed a chance to get the boss of the Wind Temple? Well, fuck. Okay. So yeah, Mena was an interesting character because you were knowingly role-playing her that way in a way that is very dangerous in D&D. Wandering off on your own, splitting the party, that sort of thing tends to get people killed. But I think you knew that, but that's like a character choice you wanted to make. And you had done it before to relative success. This time you fought a carrion crawler, which is a decently dangerous monster for a party to fight. And yes, likely just a little too much for any one character at your level. You were what, 5th level?
Yeah, level 5.
Maybe a bit too much for any level 5 character to deal with on their own. You did try and get away, but it has the paralyzing tentacles, which it managed to hit. I think it hit you on an opportunity attack, and then it hit you while you were paralyzed, and then while you were down to kill you. We haven't finished resolving that whole scenario. That encounter's done, but the party's obviously still there. And they technically, like, the players obviously know you're dead, but their characters don't. And you and I have talked, I don't want to spoil, just in case someone happens to be watching, I don't want to spoil what we've got planned for your next character, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Was this your first character death?
It's like playing my own character, yes. But I have, I know that, you and I have talked about this before, but I did used to, like, build out worlds for people, like writing all of the little details, or like writing out dialogue for NPCs and stuff like that. And so it wasn't the first time that I'd had like a weird death, but it was my first like playable character death. Yeah.
How was it? Was it what you wanted it to be?
Oh my god, yes and no, because it gives me a really unique opportunity to kind of force the storyline a little bit with that character. In terms of, I intentionally knew that she was keeping secrets and that she was hesitant to trust people, even though she was relatively safe with this particular crew, as opposed to her past and the people that she typically ran with, so to speak. But none of the other characters ever really questioned the fact that she kept going out on her own. So this is an opportunity to kind of like get them to ask, especially with the like little death scene that I wrote. I dropped a couple of hints in there for like, maybe they'll pick them up. Maybe they'll find a way to make their characters catch on.
Yeah, and like you said, with your next character isn't totally independent of your existing character. So there's, even if Mena is dead, there is opportunity for maybe some of the arc you had intended to continue on. I will say, so I know like there's different ways of playing Dungeons & Dragons. I definitely play it as I wouldn't say a high lethality game, but I play it with permanent character deaths. Not in the sense that like resurrection and stuff isn't allowed, but if the party doesn't have resurrection available, then permanent character deaths. And we ended up, who was it? Kaguya Queenslayer, someone on the Discord requested a character like Graveyard on the Discord. So we have now created one by request, which will be basically... Okay, so if I've gone here, why don't I go back here and go north? A place to share character obituaries with everyone. Do you, I guess, in terms of... Because, right, I think your first experience playing D&D was in Domains of Dread. So you're used to, like, the idea of the threat of character death and the more horror side of D&D. Do you feel like, is that your jam, or would you be more interested in D&D without that threat of character death?
I think it makes it a little bit more high stakes, and it makes you a little more attached to your character. I think, like, I don't mind that aspect at all in the slightest. But you also, I mean, you know that I am a huge narrative fan, and I love the storytelling and the role-playing aspect of it. And I think that a lot of people don't realize, like, how narratively profitable character deaths can be, and it can completely change the trajectory of the group too.
Yes. And I think that's a really good point, and I think that's something that people get hung up on. They had and this is where I think I disagree in terms of taste with people who play games without character death. I think certain people say, not everyone, but certain people say that character death, the risk of character death prevents them from telling the story of their characters if they die without, like, reason, or, you know, before they get to finish, like, the part of the campaign, you know. But I think what it does is it just changes the trajectory. It creates emergent storytelling versus like pre-planned storytelling, which I totally understand if some people want to be like, I want to create this character and I want them to operate this way and have this journey. But I am a very big fan of emergent storytelling, like what you're doing with Mayna's death. I like that a lot. What are these? Oh, I have the camera. I should be taking pictures all the time.
I think it's also, like, I've never had to write such an isolated scene before, and writing out Mayna's death the way I did for the rest of the, like, the other players, so they were, like, they had an idea of, you know, what she was thinking, because I was, like, kind of panicking when my character actually died, so I couldn't make it fun or interesting for them to overhear. I'm like,
right,
oh,
you were trying to live at the time.
yeah, but I think it's like, it's one of those things where, again, it is narratively profitable. It's so exciting for a character to die when you really didn't think that they would. And I am very excited for to, like, with my new character, to see her dynamic with the people that Mayna was really attached to, and if she's going to attach to the same people, or if she's maybe going to be, like, react to them differently.
Yeah, and it's going to be a lot of fun to see the party's interactions with your new character. Oh god, I don't want to get into spoilers, but the idea that, like, the party has certain attachments to Mayna. Oh god, hold on. Oh god, I just threw my hammer at it. Nope, didn't want to do that. Oh no, okay. What the? No, delete that. What is that? What is this thing? A little frox. Oh, I hate it. I don't like it at all. Okay, sorry. For example, Carson and Mayna, I felt like got along pretty well. And I wonder if, as a player, the player of Carson will have certain expectations based on your interactions with her player to player that won't necessarily translate to your new character and her character, and that kind of dynamic will be interesting to see.
Yeah, there are some pretty fundamental differences between the two of them. I think Mena was very hot-headed and very jumpy for reasons that you know and reasons that I
Yes.
know, but reasons the rest of the party doesn't yet know.
Yeah.
And I think that the new character is going to be maybe similarly on guard, but not necessarily quite as jumpy and quite as quick to walk away. And that might, I don't know. I really don't know how it's gonna play out.
Yeah, and so Mena was a rogue. Chat's asking for spoilers. Do you want to do any spoilers? Because I mean, they're not in the campaign, but
Well, I don't want to spoil anything just in
All right.
case.
we'll talk about it. So we're gonna play again next Sunday, chat. So we'll. Oh, what is that? Okay. We'll talk about it after next Sunday. I think the idea, and this is something I also believe in. Unless the player needs to take a leave of absence, I don't believe that character death should result in the player missing very much playtime. It would really suck if you died right at the beginning of a session, but I guess then you could like work on character creation while everyone else is playing. But the intention is like when I run a game, if there's a character death, the player gets to hop into the next session, and it's my job as a dungeon master to ensure an interesting and smooth transition for them. I thought there were shrines down here, and now I'm realizing there aren't. They're just light seeds. So this, I don't like, I'm trying to think if I'm actually doing something useful. I feel like I kind of am, but it's not an immediate reward. And that's kind of fucking with me. But the thumbnail says I'll be in the depths today, so I'm going to be in the depths today. Ooh. Alright, let me hide behind this tree so someone forgets about me.
Zonite while you're down here, if you don't have any actual like objectives or anything.
I am collecting some Zonite. Hey, Tom.
Hey, sorry, I didn't want to interrupt. I know you're in the middle of story time.
Let's see. Alright. So are there any shrines down in the depths? I for some reason I thought everywhere there was a shrine in the world above, there's a shrine in the depths, but now I'm realizing that's not the case.
I've heard that, but I don't think they're shrines. It's just the light roots. So it's just to uncover more of the map in the depths, and it's also to have those fast travel points.
Oh my god.
You don't get any spirit orbs from it, unfortunately.
I just realized I got lost. I thought I was heading towards a light route. 100% got lost and was heading towards a light route I already discovered. Wow. All right.
Yeah, that happens.
Tom, have you had any character deaths in D&D?
A few. None that were permanent outside of like a few one-shots, I think.
Oh,
I had
interesting.
a character die once or twice. I had one character who was like fated to die, and like the campaign ended on the fact that he would die eventually one day for like a chaos god or something like that. I don't remember the exact scenario, but I haven't had any like super significant or meaningful character deaths. But I've talked about this on stream before. I'm always open to that. I'm a fucked up little freak when it comes to D&D. I don't mind having my character die. I won't like throw myself into super lethal situations just because of that. But like if a DM's like, hey, your character might die this session, I'm like, cool, it's fine.
Yeah.
That doesn't bother me. But I also know that that's not the norm when it comes to tabletop games.
That's exactly what Cam
Hey, Hannah.
Yeah.
walked into the hallway. As soon as Mena walked in the hallway, he was like, "This might be where Mena died."
So yeah, I do. I hope that it felt like a fair death. I am not a fan of the cheap, like our friend Max when he DMs, he plays a very old school lethal mindset where it's like, if you are complacent in any way, he's gonna get you, and if you're not complacent, he's probably gonna troll you. I hope Mena's death felt fair, in that there were some like really unfortunate rolls that led up to it, I think.
Oh yeah.
and maybe some, like you said, some decisions. You went off on your own. You ooh, skeleton horses. All right, I just need to keep. How do I keep getting turned around on this fucking map? All right, hold on. I'm gonna go say hi to the skeleton horses, and then I'm gonna. Nope, they're running
You
away.
can set waypoints with the pins if you want. I forget to do that pretty often.
Oh, that's a good point. All right, I'm gonna set this as a pin, and I'm gonna go down and. Oh, I can't set.
Oh.
Oh.
You can set them on the sky layer, and they're persistent below, but it doesn't register.
I guess the idea is maybe light can't penetrate underground or something.
Yeah. Actually, I don't think I've even tried to do that in the depths yet.
All right. Yeah, hopefully Mana's death felt fair. There were a couple things maybe that could have gone differently. But I will say, as a DM, I think watching you roleplay through it and then the stuff afterwards was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, I am much more driven by like roleplay in D&D than I am by the actual like mechanics and combat of the game. Which, I mean, anyone who ever plays D&D with me or has the unfortunate luck to be my DM knows that they have to coach me through combat half the time because I just do not pay attention to the mechanics whatsoever. But it's always, I feel like D&D is just one of those like really fun ways to like maybe mix things up with people who are like creatively minded. If they're searching for like different storylines or or if they're in a rut with anything like creating characters for people who draw, I'm sure is really nice because it kind of takes the abstract kind of concept out of their hands. Yeah, I definitely that's like half the reason why I take like notes when we're in session is because I like to remember all of the like weird and fun things and how the twists happen and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's definitely like those little moments make up the game. I think sometimes people get very focused on the super high level stuff, which is fun, and you know a good adventure and a good hook is important, but it oh, this is dark. This is like real darkness. But it I think the little moments are what I end up remembering. Well, at least I'm getting bomb flowers down here. That is super helpful for my arsenal.
Yeah, building on that point, I think like part of the interactivity of D&D is what people really get invested in. It's about being able to have a creative outlet in terms of like making a character and having like a backstory and behavior and personality, but you also get to do it in a collaborative sense because it's fine like writing like stories by yourself. I think some people kind of want to like bridge the two of those, or at least like have a reason why they can make something creatively in that sense and still like do it with other people and say like, hey, look at this thing I made, and you're also making things and doing it together kind of has a different feeling you don't get when you work on something that's kind of like a solo project or something that's entirely done under your own perspective.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, I'm like gloomed up.
Yeah, it's not great. You may have to go back to a light route and get rid of that gloom.
I'm gonna press forward because I think I'm super close to a light route. That's the gamble. I recognize I'm playing it greedy. Where did the light route go? Ah, there it is. I'm not that far away, I think. Yeah, and that's definitely something that I like a lot in my campaigns is the collaborative storytelling. It's one of the reasons I like when like I like getting involved in player character creation, not from a sense of telling people how to build their characters, but like when someone gives me their ideas for their character, I can like tie them more closely into the world. For example, like Mena. Well, that's spoilers. Let me think of an example that already happened. Okay, in Rime of the Frost Maiden, Vyre, the he's an Asimar divine soul sorcerer, so a magic user fueled by divine magic with a like divine mission given to him from a spiritual guardian or guide. That character concept like is cool thematically, but the game the rules don't super give a ton of like instruction on how to make the mechanics of that guide. So I like our campaign was Rime of the Frost Maiden. I took his spirit guide and spirit guardian and made them like use them as someone important in the campaign to kind of drive the quest forward kind of thing. I have a lot of fun doing stuff like that. All right, so if I open up a light root, does that mean my gloom gets cured and I can eat some meat?
Yeah, I think if you also visit one, just going underneath one should get rid of any of like the gloom parts that you have on you.
Sweet. I guess I already did like my weekend recap. Do either of you want to talk about your weekends?
Honestly, I went to the basketball tournament. It was hosted at Cintas this year,
Oh, yeah.
and we got a crosstown shootout in July because UC's Nasty Natty alumni team went up against Xavier University's Zip 'em Up alumni team.
Oh, that's awesome.
My family is firmly in between both because I'm a Bearcat, and one of my uncles is a Bearcat, but everyone else in my family that went to university out here went to Xavier. So we root for Xavier and we root for UC, but when it's together, it gets a little tricky. And I ended up wearing a Xavier hat and a Bearcat shirt. And there were some Bearcats sitting behind us that only saw my Xavier shirt, and it wasn't until I like stood up and walked away
Oh, that they saw the hat.
that they saw the Bearcat on my shirt, the sea paw, and they were like, "What in the hell are you doing?" They're like, "You can't split loyalties at a game like this." And I was like, "Look, man, my 80-year-old grandfather is here. He flew out here for this tournament.
Yeah.
Just to see his team get it was a close game. Holy crap, was it close. But UC won. They pulled it off. You'll have to remind me to send you the video, Cam, because the guys behind us were taking a video of when UC was going to win, and you can immediately see me start screaming and jumping up and down. Will immediately turn around and swear because he's a big X fan. But I never get to see my family, and I love them, so I brag about them when I can. But that was my weekend.
That's awesome. Yeah, we just did. We've been going kayaking a lot. I'm honestly pretty glad because I was worried that. Oh, hi, Alice. How's it going? I was worried that. Like we'd buy these kayaks and we'd never use them, but I feel like we've been out for like 10 kayaking trips already. So the price has dropped from $500 a trip to $50 a trip, and I am pretty happy with that. And then what else did we do? We ended up watching Moana again. We were gonna go watch the Barbie movie, but after kayaking on Saturday, Hannah just wanted to have an in night. So we went and watched Moana, which was pretty fun. But other than that, it was kind of a chill weekend. Hi, Alice. How's it going? Cheryl asks, favorite Mena memory?
Is that to me?
I guess it'll be... You go first, and then I'll go.
Sorry. My dog's whining in the background. I think, honestly, I don't know if this.
Oh shit, Anna's here. No spoilers. Fuck. Get out. Anna, get out. Oh no, keep going.
One of my favorite Mana memories is probably one that I didn't actively roleplay. It was one that kind of like came about later.
No, Anna, you're fine. You can stick around. Please don't leave. Don't leave.
But I think it's something that Anna would have already known.
Yes.
So no spoilers. But I think when she is kind of like going through, she's realizing that she's being eaten, and that like this like she's been denying her death up until this point, and she's like, okay, nope, you're officially dying, like, you know, whatever. And she's replaying all of these people in her head, and she's highlighting the best things about them instead of the worst things about them, and is so concerned that her friends aren't going to know what happened to her. And then she catches sight of her dagger and is like, they will absolutely know in their bones that I would never just leave that behind. And so she has this split second of in between, like, dying with unfinished business and in a really unsatisfactory way, and really concerned for the people that she cares about, to being able, like, in a moment to be like, nope, actually, I trust them. They're going to find out what happened. They're going to figure out what I was up to, and everything is going to be fine, and I don't have to worry about them. I think that, like, it was a nice moment of growth that I would have liked for her to have with her friends, not in her own life. But it's one of those things that, like, you know, characters kind of take on their own personalities, and I don't agree with half of the decisions that Mana made.
Right. Part of the fun is
I was like, God, she's gonna go off on her own, isn't she? But it was kind of nice that at least she had this, like, split second where she was okay with how she was leaving things in at least one aspect of her crazy fucking storyline that has ended up. Oh, excuse me, I just swore on stream. I'm so sorry.
That's fine. The only one that cares is Craig.
It's okay. We're not honestly really, like, counting that much besides some of the people in chat.
Yeah.
I think we've kind of stopped caring about that.
Yeah, it was fun. It was so last week.
Oh yeah, yep. My death was so last week. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I think that's by far, like, my favorite moment of hers. In terms of her opening the door and then immediately shutting it and turning to Diana and being like, I fucked up. That's a good one too. I
think the time at Axe Home was really cool. That was fun. But I think my favorite Mana memory was actually at I keep wanting to call it Gnomengarde, which I don't know if that's the name of it or if I'm mixing it up with the World of Warcraft gnome capital. But where Mana's trying to convince the two kings to let them in and everything. I think that was a fun bit of role play. That was pretty entertaining for me as a DM.
Oh, with the coin of the Red Sisters?
Yes.
Yes. I figured you would have a lot of fun with that because I didn't tell you about it before I did it.
Yeah, that was good. Tom, how do you grind money in this game? What do you do for cash? Because I want to buy cold weather clothing, and I am a broke bastard, apparently.
I don't know. I've never actually had to grind for rupees in this.
I've
never really thought about it. Money's like the last resource I ever care about in these games. I would actually...
I normally feel that way also, but I am, like, so short on cash, I don't know why. Let's see, what can I sell? No, I don't want to spend money. I'm already broke. Anna, we were talking about, no spoilers, but we were talking about what Henderson is going to be using as her next character, and I am very intrigued to see what the party's reaction to it be. I don't want to dupe glitch, but I understand that.
Do you already have a plan for, like, like not reintroduce, I guess, like introduce the new character. I'm curious.
Yes.
Never had to handle that, and I haven't really ever been.
Yeah, so I don't know if you oh, I could just sell a diamond. I don't need diamonds, right? I guess as long as I have one, I can dupe glitch later.
Can make a lawnmower.
Yeah. So yeah, Tom, one of my goals as a DM is I don't want people to have to sit out the game just because they
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I've always had
died.
At least
So-
one ID, and that's my policy. Is
Yeah.
just, like, you can always make a new character. There's nothing wrong with that.
So if your character dies in my campaign, my intention is that we can introduce your new character in the next session. And it's my job as a DM to like figure out the mechanics of how to make that happen. All right. Oh, yeah. Now I got plenty of money. Sweet. All right. I'm good. So I like basically at the end of the session, Henderson and I stayed and talked a little bit about what her like who she wanted her next character to be, what she wanted the fallout of Mayna's death, like some things that'll happen as a result of that, and then we talked about how to best introduce her. And I'm broke again immediately. Holy cow! I feel like clothes are way more expensive in this game than they were.
Yeah, they are. You can find a lot more, I think, in the devs, maybe?
Maybe. All right. But now that I'm cold weather equipped and I don't have to worry about it, I'm going to head back into the mountains of Hebra and deal with some of this, these shrine nonsenses. So yeah, I now have, I think, Henderson, what do you still need to do? I guess I need art for your new character. But I feel like you basically, we fleshed out your character both in terms of thematics and mechanics.
Yeah. I feel like that's safe to say.
Yeah, so I really just need art for a character token, and then it's kind of dependent on what the party does, but I think I am prepped for introducing you in the next session, and it'll be fun. I have, and this is not because I'm some amazing D&D player, it's more because my DMs end campaigns before my character actually dies. And I've only, immediately. You know what? That was my hubris. Link said, oh, you've never had a character die on you in an RPG? Watch this! I've only had one character die, and it was in a one-shot that Tanner ran not too long ago. I'm going to add him to the graveyard when I get a chance. He was a tiefling hexadin, so I think the level split, he's level 8. Zephyrius Animus. He is, Paladin 6, Hexblade Warlock 2. And evil character on an evil one-shot that we were essentially heisting out a rare flower from this monastery. Got through the whole adventure, and we party wiped on the final boss, which was a really fun fight and a pretty fair death. We essentially went forward without taking like a short rest, which is, you know, our bad and totally fair on the DM. You know what? Let's use one of these. Tom, you've mentioned you've had character deaths in one-shots before. Has there been like a stupidest character death? Get eaten by a treasure chest mimic, or fall into lava, or...
I'm trying to look over. I have a folder of all my different character sheets over the years. I don't know if there's been
Oh shit.
stupid death or like an accidental one. Yeah, I don't know. I've never. I've also never done like intentionally done one of like they call them like the meat grinder things where it's just like a one shot designed to kill people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I actually would have to think on that because I don't know that it was ever. I think it was kind of like pretty mundane, like the really boring kind of deaths where it's just like, yeah, you just died to, you know, a standard encounter, nothing specifically planned to have it happen. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've had any stupid character deaths as far as I can tell.
I wouldn't call Mana's death stupid, but it was entirely preventable.
I would call it stupid.
Fair. Okay.
Well,
It's
like
it's one of those
I know
things
the
that
reason
you
it's
can
stupid.
say. Yeah, it's one of those things that you can say that I won't say.
I give you permission. You can call it stupid. It's stupid.
I think in terms of stupidest character death, in Rime of the Frost Maiden early on, I think the party was like level 3 or maybe even just level 2. The party had a wizard with them, and it's like a party of I think 5 or 6 at the time. It might have been 6. There's this town in 10 towns in Icewind Dale called Dugan's Hole, which is really a kind of shithole backwater. Think like deep Alabama type inbred redneck place. Mistrustful of strangers, all that crap, but they do need help, and the party agrees to help them. There are 2 like winter wolves that are attacking villagers and stuff. The party investigates. They find out that the winter wolves are being acting upon orders from an awakened mammoth that an awakened mammoth that was once partners with a frost giant that had been killed by previous adventurers helping 10 towns, and now the mammoth wanted revenge. So the party figures that out. They're investigating. They go to where the mammoth's like cave is, where it's hanging out, and they see the mammoth, and it is mourning the dead body of like it's Icewind Dale and everything's frozen, so it's its old frost giant partner's body is still out, and it's kind of standing in vigil mourning the body. The wizard steps forward out of everyone and tries to greet the mammoth, talking with it. The mammoth, seeing a group of adventurers, immediately charges. And a mammoth, they have like special rules. If they cover a certain amount of distance and they hit you, they knock you prone, and after they like gore you with their tusks, they can stomp on you. So for a level 2 party, it's like enough damage that it just insta-pasted the wizard, because he was he was trying to be helpful and friendly to the mammoth, when perhaps he should have been more cautious or greeted the mammoth from behind the warrior and the paladin that were also in the party. That one's a fun one for me.
That's pretty good actually. I do have one. It's not actually a character death, but it should have been. I was playing in like a small campaign with what was my regular in-person group a couple years ago, and I was playing a hobgoblin, like a fighter, someone who was like heavily invested in melee combat, and I realized this the other day. It's like a small side story or side note. Whenever I play male characters, for whatever reason, they either have one like major critical flaw, or they are just like the most like boring characters. I guess like in the case of Zolik, he's pretty much just like a regular guy who happens to be a dragonborn. Nargis's flaw was that I guess not maybe not a flaw, but a personality trait, is that he was kind of like the maybe someone in chat will remember in Skyrim there's like a character you meet on the road who claims that he just wants a good death. He just wants to die in a fight where
Oh yeah.
That's basically what Nargis was. He was a guy who was all about like the typical like hobgoblin-ish kind of stuff about
The warrior that
like,
grew too
like
old.
proving yourself through strength and like conquering, but not like in a problematic way. And at one point during this little mini campaign, we entered into like a really big fight that the DM warned us ahead of time. He's like, "Hey, this is going to be like a holdout," and he made the mistake of giving Nargis a horn of blasting, which for anyone that doesn't know what that does, if I actually should look that up. If you have a horn of blasting, you can use it, and it causes like a big like area of effect explosion, except that you are also still considered a target as part of the damage. And I warned him, like, I am going to use this. And he was like, yeah, I mean, sure, of course you're going to use it. I was like, no, like, you'll see. And at one point in the fight, he becomes surrounded by, like, a bunch of people who are way stronger than he is. And he takes out the Horn of Blasting, and he honks it.
He started blasting.
Yeah, and on, like, every subsequent turn for, like, 11, 12 turns, he used it, and either he got hurt but had resistance, or he just kept surviving through it. And so he used it for like 11, like 12 turns in a row. Just keeps using this Horn of Blasting and like does not care if he dies because of the same thing, and just did it over and over and over again. And even the DM was like, I think statistically,
you should have died by now.
Really, really unlikely.
I think it involves a save, like maybe a dex save from the Horn of Blasting. So if you were you a barbarian where you could have just eaten the damage?
He might have been. I think he was a fighter. He might have been heavily armored. But yeah, the point of it being is that he kept using this Horn of Blasting, just being like, I don't care. Hit points are a resource technically. I mean, he wouldn't say that, but his life is kind of just like a token for him. Like if he dies doing that, and he's dying doing an objective that he cares about, then he'll do it. So he didn't. I think he may have gone down but didn't die. But that's probably like the stupidest decision I've made in a D&D campaign. But it also was thematically appropriate for the character, because his only concern in life was just accomplishment through, the most direct like physical means.
I dig it. Ooh.
Speaking of incredibly rare rolls, what was that roll that I made like the exact same roll on a D20 twice?
Oh.
Astronomical odds.
For the like perception check or the if you like rolling the same result on a D20 2 times in a row is like 1 in like 400 because right 20 times 20. Okay. Ooh, let me check which way am I pointing. Ooh.
I think it was I can't remember what it. I feel like I have a horrible memory without my notes in front of me, and I don't have them in front of me at the moment. But I think it was something along the lines of like, I rolled something once, and then one of the characters was like, "Oh well, I'll help her."
Help action, yeah. With advantage, you got the same roll twice. Yeah, it happens. It happens sometimes, but yeah, pretty rare. That one was a funny one. And then just the oh, I should be using his ability so I don't eat up all my stamina. Right, it was just a series of like going off on your own, right? Not lighting a torch, probably not the smartest thing to do. But then it was like you rolled bad on the perception check, you rolled bad on the like survival check to avoid getting lost in the tunnels. It was just a series of just poor luck.
That really made that survival check, the failure of that survival check, is because I had expertise in survival. Maida had a +7 on survival checks.
Yeah, ideally she knows how to survive. It was good though. That's the thing. I like sometimes those. Oh, moose. Up on top of this mountain. How conveniente. Yeah, sometimes, like, I know some people find those deaths unsatisfying, but sometimes they're just, like, entertaining and just a fun, like, story to share. And like you said, oh, frozen gore, icy prime meat. All right. If you're inspired by emerging storytelling, then it can be a lot of fun to take that character and that character death and do something creative with it. I really just want to talk about your next character, but we won't do it. 2 9s. It's been It's been the lucky number of the campaign so far. That too. Yeah, it was really unfortunate because like the way the paralysis works, you got paralyzed on an opportunity attack, which is your turn, and the wording of the paralysis says that you can try and make the save again at the end of your turn. So you basically got 2 back-to-back saves on the paralysis and failed them both. And then because you're paralyzed and incapacitated, it auto crits on you. So it got your health down really fast. And then I did roll the additional attacks to make sure it's not just that you went down, but that you did in fact, Mana did in fact die. But yeah, sometimes... Ooh, spring. Interesting. I wonder if I can attach that to a shield. Probably. I can attach everything to everything. So then if I try and... Hey, that's awesome. Oh, it's only got 1 use? Oh, crap. I shouldn't have used it then. No, don't. Somewhere over here, I thought I saw a shrine light.
Did you mark it with a pin?
I did. I guess it's still further over the edge. I feel like I'm gonna kill myself. No, I guess I'm not quite to the edge. Never mind.
Cam, if you really want to talk about the new character, I think there are a few things that
I just the only thing I want to say is I'm really glad of what you picked for your class, because the party has gotten right. We're running, I guess for context for everyone, we are running Dragon of Icespire Peak, which is the second Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition starter adventure. It is a pre-written module that... Oh, we got frozen dudes in here. I'm not going to worry about it right now. We'll just keep going. It is designed... The box, like you get a box set. It's a starter box, which is... It's super nice. I actually really like the structure. I think I highly recommend it as an adventure to run. But it takes you from level 1 to 7, and you have a dragon that's threatening the town of Phandalin and causing all sorts of problems, and you're basically just going to solve those problems. Ooh, what broke? It burned my shield down? Alright. Ooh. You're solving those problems, and it's a pretty simple and good like sandbox structure, which I really appreciate. But because we're running a pre-written module, I decided to stick with the pre-written modules loot. And you've gotten a bunch of treasure that would help one class in particular that the party just doesn't have. So the class that you've picked will get to take advantage of all that treasure, which will be nice. That's what I'm excited for.
She's definitely going to be interesting.
Yeah. I think, like you said earlier about mechanics, it'll be... this will be kind of a bit of a stress test to see how deep into the mechanics you want to get.
I mean, you were right there in character creation with me. I was like, oh, what about this? And you were like, that sounds good, but it won't work.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. God damn it, I was so close. There's definitely some cleanup that could be done in the spell list. True Strike is so much of a trap that it's unfair. It's a spell that they should have errated because of how confusing it would be for players that are unfamiliar with it, right? Like, it sounds good. It's like, okay, I'm gonna get advantage on an attack. Great. It just the problem being that like it's not as good as just attacking twice, and unless you like have some familiar with the game, you just wouldn't know that. It's not like anyone's fault except the writers for allowing a spell like that to be in the playlist. All right.
Yeah, I think like action economy wise, people think it's not as good as some other like options that you get attacking twice, just because it takes an action to guarantee advantage but not guarantee the hit. But
yeah, and
I like the spirit of it though. Like, it's not a bad concept. I think it's just unfortunate how.
And it takes concentration, so there's like a chance that you don't even get to use it on your next turn if you get hit. And if you attack twice, you have the potential to hit twice. Whereas True Strike, you can only hit once. Now you could crit on a True Strike, but you could also crit while attacking twice. You know, you have an equal opportunity to crit either way. And again, you could potentially crit twice if you attack twice. It's like intrinsically worse, but it looks really good, like from a first glance. And then what was the other one? It's not that the spell is bad, it's just really poorly named. Chill Touch. Chill Touch doesn't like... The name does not describe what the spell does. It doesn't do cold damage. It's not a touch spell. But like that's what you'd think from the name. No, it's ranged and it does necrotic.
That's how I feel about Toll the Dead.
Oh, really?
Well, because Toll the Dead, you're not attacking... I mean, you can attack undead targets with it, I guess. But
oh, yeah. You'd think that it would do extra damage. Yeah, that makes sense. You think it would do extra damage to the undead.
Yeah. And also, like, I think a lot of like the names for some of those spells, like, you know, like Fire Bolts and like Acid Spray and stuff is very like literal. It's very descriptive, whereas Toll the Dead it's kind of more abstract. Like, it doesn't tell you a whole lot in the name of what it actually does. Like, I appreciate they're trying to do a more like creative name, but what does Tolling the Dead?
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely abstract. That's one of the reasons. Oh, and I'm not gonna rant. I promise I won't rant. But it's one of the reasons I like it when you can read a spell, and it will, like, you understand the narrative of what they're trying to do. And I think Silvery Barbs doesn't do a good job of that. I think, like, the disconnect... I don't think I've done it on stream before, which is why I'm doing it now. The disconnect...
Talk
go ahead.
about like what the... I guess you're probably gonna go into it. Like, why was it banned again? I totally forget.
So I banned it for... Oh, there is a shrine here. Yay. I banned it for two reasons. One, I think it is up there with shield and counterspell as a must-take spell. If you can take shield, counterspell, or silvery barbs, you're almost making your character worse by not taking them because of how strong they are. All three are reactions that immediately create failure out of an NPC's action. So you're using your reaction to nullify an enemy action, which is really, really strong in terms of action economy. The difference being that counterspell can itself be counterspelled, and counterspell might need a roll on a high level like spell or something. And shield bumps up your AC by 5, but people can get around that. Silvery barbs can potentially be counterspelled, yes, but what it does is it says, okay, you just rolled a d20. Was it an attack? Was it a check? Was it a save? Roll it again, and you take the lower number. It's just an instant, oh no, fuck you kind of thing. And then what it does do is, so it does that, and then totally disconnected from that, within 1 minute time span, one of your allies gets advantage. So I guess, like, thematically what it's trying to represent is maybe like you saying something super witty that puts the enemy on their back foot and bolsters one of your allies. But I found in game that rarely like comes across. And then, ooh, okay, I gotta be a sneaky boy. Let's see me immediately get caught. So that is, aha, I see you. Sneak, sneak, sneak. So yeah, there's a disconnect between the thing you're doing to an enemy and the buff you're providing to an ally, and you are essentially giving an ally a recast of, like let's say they try to hit with a 9th level firebolt, and they or not fire, yeah, a firebolt or a 9th level damage spell, let's say something, whatever it is, and they miss on their spell attack. Well, Silvery Barbs, guess what? You now have advantage. So they essentially are getting to recast a 9th level spell, and it costs you a 1st level spell slot. It's very strong, and it's thematically disconnected, so that's the reason I ban it. Hopefully that wasn't too much of a rant. I feel like I got distracted partway through, but that's because I'm trying not to die from these murder robots.
No, I think it made sense. I can kind of...
fuck me!
Taken it as a spell before.
Alright.
I will say, I absolutely love the comedic effect that this has had on you, just as a person, Cam, because you didn't even look in the spells to see, and so we're like, what, 7 sessions deep, and Diana finally busts that out, and your immediate response was to yell no.
Yeah, because why wouldn't I ban it? Because, like, I'm a sane person and I hate the spell. Of course I would have already banned the game. Or the spell from my game. And
that's gonna happen again soon in
Avernus
Rising too.
No, I specifically, in character creation, I put it in the primer. We haven't started yet, and I put it in the primer. Silvery Barbs is banned.
Life finds a way.
Didn't you also say, like, the girls in the... or the ladies in the Icefire Peak are busting my balls about it? So
100%. 100%. And again, to be fair, I didn't ban it in Icefire Peak. I failed to do that, so yeah, you all get to totally use that spell. But I have definitely banned it in Avernus Rising.
Was it banned from the Avernus Epic? I don't remember if anyone had it in that.
I think I put something about your like the source books you had to choose from, which effectively banned it because people couldn't use Strixhaven stuff. Fuck! I'm just getting my ass kicked. What time is it? 8:10. All right, I'm gonna give this shrine another shot, and then if I die again, I think we can call this a stream. That's the other thing. I realized, like, Tom, we created the character graveyard, but, like, I'm not going to do it. But I guess everyone who played in the Avernus Epic can add their characters into that, because we did a 20-player TPK, which I tend not to include in my, like, how lethal are my games statistic, because it wasn't, like, so much we didn't kill all of them, they just failed the mission, which results in their banishment to hell, which is effectively death.
It ended with them technically, I mean, failing, but not necessarily dying, I guess, at least not right away.
Yeah.
That counts as dying if you're just stuck in the 9 hells forever.
I feel like that's effectively death.
You didn't technically die, yeah, I guess, but it's like does that count as an afterlife thing, or is it just another plane? I guess that's kind of more of a...
Existential question, yeah.
It was unfortunate having to deliver the news to them in character as Mahadi. That was a little unfortunate. So I was like, oh man, we're having so much fun here, and now I have to ruin it.
Can I blow this up from far enough away? Oh, no, don't. Oh.
Are you carrying an explosive barrel?
Yeah, I want that dude to hit me.
You could use
Oh, yeah. All right, let me take care of these guys first.
You have to. It's just an option, and it's also.
Woo. Oh, damn it. Second swing. Got me on the second swing. There we go.
You have any food? Oh,
No, this is like my... I'm nude. They nuded me, Tom.
Not sure I like the phrase, but...
I've been nuded. Ah, alright. This isn't a cop-out. I said I'd quit if I died again. I think I am at the end of my rope. It's been a long work day. We did make some progress. Got a shrine done, explored the depths. Got to talk about some TTRPG stuff. Thanks, Henderson. Thanks, Tom, for joining. And we'll call this a stream. Don't forget, everyone, Thursday, Craig is streaming, and we are raising money for the Sharko Marie Tooth Association. We have reached $380, which I totally didn't realize. So, we are past the halfway point. If you donate $5 and you make your donation non-anonymous, you are entered into our raffle, which we are raffling off a bunch of Steam codes, board games, all sorts of good stuff. It's all in the Tiltify link that you can check out. You can also check out the QR code to my left on screen. And yeah, see you all Thursday. I think Danny is doing his art stream tomorrow, so come check that out. And then we'll catch you all Thursday. Bye, everybody. Thanks, Henderson. Thanks, Tom, for joining.
Bye, everybody.